Call the April 13th CDA meeting to order. Community Development Authority to order. Mr. Executive Director, please call the roll.
Mayor Olson,
Here.
Member Holfer,
Here.
Member Cool,
Here.
Member Burkhardt.
Here. We have a quorum. Please rise and join the Pledge of Allegiance. Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. First item on the agenda is citizens' comment period. Any citizen wishing to speak on any agenda item, please rise. Come forward, give us your name and address, and tell us what you want to tell us. Any citizen. Anyone wishing to speak? Seeing no one rise, I will close the citizens' comment period. In your packet was the meeting minutes of the May 19th meeting. Any additions or corrections?
Move to approve. Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. Our business item for,
Note on the record.
oh yes, the mayor is voting as part of the committee to affect the outcome. And I vote aye.
Presiding officer.
Presiding officer. Mayor, chairman, president. For business, an application for a site and building plan amendment for the Zilber Industrial 1 building for Pratzilla. Mr. Martinez.
Good evening, Mayor, Community Development Authority. This is a site plan amendment application by Praxilla LLC to allow for site improvements. This site is located in the southeast end of the business park. Just for information, it's a permitted use. The applicant has already received zoning compliance permit for their operations. So this site plan amendment is only for the site improvements. So a summary of this proposed site improvement: a building addition of the north end of the existing building. There's also some docks to be removed from the west building elevation, and also on the west elevation there are some. The applicant is proposing some trash compactors, some process chillers, and a CO2 gas tank on the west side, and additional rooftop equipment. With regards to the proposed building addition, staff typically review for compliance with the setback requirements, the land building ratio of the business park. That is a maximum of 75%, and also for the additional parking requirements that this new building addition will create, and it's in compliance with all these three standards: with parking, setbacks, and the land building ratio. Just an additional information: the applicant has also obtained the approval from the Franklin Business Park Review Board. With regards to the other accessory structures on the west elevation, we can see here the trash compactors, also the CO2 tank, and the process chillers. The applicant is proposing of these new accessory structures is proposing a chain link fence with white slats. So that is subject to the approval of the CDA to approve the screening method for these accessory structures. So we'd like to point out that this will be located behind the building. So we have here the two roads, and so this will be behind the building. This is a detail of the west building elevation that the applicant is proposing to remove some of the doors and docks. And with regards to the roof equipment, the applicant is not proposing any parapet wall for screening, but they provided the sightline diagrams that from the public street, the Oakwood Park Drive and the Ironwood Drive, the rooftop equipment will not be visible from the street. So that's why the applicant is not proposing any parapet wall to screen this equipment. One change that staff is recommending to the submitted plans is change to the landscape plan. Even the quantity of the proposed landscape features comply with the requirement of the business park. Staff is recommending that these landscape features that are proposed in this area, in this south end of the building, be relocated because this area is for a water main easement. So the best practice is to avoid any landscape features on utility easements. So the applicant will need to submit a revised landscape plan to staff for review. That is one of the conditions of approval that is in the resolution. And staff is recommending approval of the proposed site plan amendment.
Okay. Jim, you want to come up and... I'm sorry, I forgot. I'm getting old, I forgot your... Yeah. It's John, right?
It is John.
I apologize. You can come up and sit at the chair if you want. What I'm looking for from you is the commercial.
The commercial.
It's the, we're happy to be in Franklin. Here's what we're going to do. What we're going to do.
Oh,
We'll take care of it.
okay. Well, we are
Can you
renovating-
grab that mic?
Put in a commercial bakery for soft pretzel bites and buns. The process includes mixing, proofing, freezing, baking, and packaging. The existing facility footprint will be production and warehousing, and the expansion to the north will be for administrative purposes. We're bringing up about
225, and we'll spend roughly 310.
so the total employment will be about over 300 once we finish all phases. The administrative staff, I think, was about 50 people in the admin area. Our process is dependent on gas flushing for packaging. That's why we have the external CO2 tanks. Being a food facility, we need proper trash, management, and that's the commercial.
Excellent. I met with you, and you said July.
I think it was.
Yeah. Looking at other facilities, and the other one too, but this is great. I don't recall what the assessed value of the building is as it sits now, but they're talking about an addition of approximately $2 million. Plus the process equipment in the building will add to the value of the building. So this is more tax base. And it also makes us pretzel capital. My only issue on this is the chain link fences. I don't have an issue with the sight lines for the roof equipment. I'm just, I'd like to see something different than chain link with a filler, something more attractive. The Business Park Association didn't have any heartburn over it, but I don't have any doubt that you'll maintain it, but long term, those things have a tendency to get a little wind beaten and not look good, but that's up to the rest of the CDA. Any questions? Any questions from the members? Alderman Hofer.
I mean, this is totally unrelated to this, but given the size of your market and the scope of the big area that you sell, do you guys have any opportunity to bring either customers or consultants or people from out of state to the site at all?
Yes, part of the process, part of the project is to include an R&D lab. We anticipate bringing customers. We have large, national customers that will be coming through frequently. Imagine.
Great, I hope to talk to you about that in depth.
I will also remind you, we had a conversation about employees getting to the site, getting to the city. The Flex Ride program that I talked about, which is a subsidized, essentially Uber for employees. It's up and running. It's ready to go now. So if you need more information about that,
Absolutely.
Yeah, we talked about
John can get it to you. Sorry, John. This is John Ruggets, Director of Economic Development. Wishes of the commission. Any issues with the screening or the landscaping?
I'm not a fan of white.
and any issues with the stucco. Paint it to match. All right. You guys are getting off easy.
I do have a question on the stucco. Is that going to be flush or inset?
On the infills,
A little inset, and it's not a standard. So Frank Deacon, represent Zilber. So it'll be inset just a little bit. The finish is not going to be a traditional stucco finish that you would think, like it's a trowel. It's going to be smooth to match the precast, and then painted to blend.
Okay, so I see the joints. of the-
You'll see that, and the big reason for that is for future flexibility. So we could easily take that out if a dock in the future needs to go back in.
It's a motion.
Thank you.
to approve.
Okay, anybody else? Any changes? All right, is there a motion to approve the resolution authorizing site plan and building plans for Pratzilla?
I'll make the motion to approve.
On the agenda.
Second?
Second by Alderman Holfer. That's as per the council. Alderman Holfer?
Yes.
Okay. With that, the mayor will vote in this matter. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. Now, before we do agenda, I get to do my little speech. In 1991, I came into City Hall for my first meeting with the city as a commissioner in the Economic Development Commission. Goal for me was to help the tax base. That was 32 years ago. It's my last meeting. I'm glad that you helped me walk out the door, adding to the tax base. So thank you very much. With that, is there a motion to adjourn?
So moved.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries.